Hey, what's up guys? Anton here, and in this video I want to talk about exactly what the title says, and that's if money can buy happiness. And I'll start by saying I know this is a topic that's probably been around since the beginning of money, but I did want to share my thoughts on it, especially because of some things that have happened this week. But before I really answer it, or the best I can, I want to say, I believe every human, whether you're watching this and you're in America, you're in Australia, you're in Europe, you're in Asia, it doesn't matter. I believe every single human is entitled to freedom and choice, but you do have to earn that freedom and that choice. That's just how it basically works. You can get it, but you have to earn it, and you should get it. With that being said, and what I really mean by that is, even if you're at a job, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with having a job, you should have the ability as a human being, if you're having a bad day, to be able to, leave in the afternoon and take a walk and, just get out of your own space. You shouldn't be trapped somewhere, right? If you're having a good day and you want to take your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, out on a date and leave work early, you should have that ability. You should be free in life to experience whatever it is that you want. Now, to get that freedom, there's a couple different ways it could work. And one is to have a great job with a boss and a company that actually respects you and treats you like a human being, right? And there's, again, nothing wrong with that option. The second option is to obviously go out and kind of create your own income, your own asset. Obviously, one of the paths to doing that can be e-commerce, but for the purpose of this part of this video, for this rant, it doesn't have to be. It could be anything. Just create an asset, right? Now, the problem with option one is that the overwhelming majority of companies and bosses don't treat you like a human, and they'll suck all the life out of you basically to benefit their own selves, right? Out of greed, out of just this, I don't even know what to call it, but they don't treat you right, and that's the way it is. So what are your options, right? If you want freedom, if you want optionality that can lead to happiness, option one is to find that new job with that new company, with that new, just environment that kind of, again, respects you. And so, option one, it doesn't take money. So I'm not saying you need money to be happy, but option one is something you should do if you're stuck somewhere where you're not happy, right? It doesn't take money, but it can get you there. Option two, that's where money, I do believe, can start buying happiness. And it doesn't mean if you have a bunch of money, you're gonna be happy, but it means if you create your own source of income, if you create your own assets, then you can't blame the people that are around you, the workplace you have to go to, the place you live, the boss you have to deal with. At that point, it becomes on you. When you create your own income, when you're really responsible for how much you make, then you cannot blame anyone else for your happiness. So while money, I don't think, can buy happiness directly, it definitely can indirectly. It'll give you that freedom to stop complaining and to live the life you want to live. And again, I really do believe that every single person watching this, you deserve that option to really be in control of your happiness. I get it. People have bills, people have mortgages, people have families, people have cars, they feel stuck. But remember, guys, as far as we know, we have one life, and the way to live that the best is to have that freedom and the optionality. Two routes to it. One is get an awesome job at an awesome company. The other is to create your own path. And with this being said, guys, the purpose of this, video, this little rant, really is just to, try to empower people to know that you really can do great things. It doesn't have to be revolved around money, but money can give you the ability to do great things. It can give you the freedom. It can give you the optionality. This week, specifically, in some of our private groups, we had some amazing success story posts, right? And I love it. Like, for example, Leo just bought a ridiculous new Alfa Romeo car. I love those cars. My dad talked to me about them since I was like a little kid, but he just bought one. He posted a screenshot of it. Lee, who we did a interview with a few months back, posted he got like a $21,000 order on Sunday morning, right? So these are all big things, and they're impressive to people, and they should be, but I kind of wanted to pull everyone back and remind you guys, it's not about the money, it's about the why. It's really about the freedom and the optionality. And once you have that, once you know why you want money, once you know what you want to do with your life and your time and just literally your one life, once you know that, make that the why, the money will follow. And even though it's easy to get sucked into numbers, it's really more about what you're going to do with that and what you're going to do once you're in control of your happiness. So to end the rant, I will say I do believe money can buy happiness, but it really doesn't just make you happy. It puts it on you. It puts that on your shoulders. You decide what it is you want to do with your life, and whatever it is, we're all different. Make yourself happy, create your own income, get an awesome job. It doesn't matter, but I highly recommend it because, again, I think we only have one life here, at least that we know of, that we'll be able to remember. So go ahead, guys, get started. And with that being said, said, we got a bunch of good posts and comments this week in our Facebook group. So I'm going to switch it up now. We'll switch screens and we'll get into this week's episode of Dropship Weekly. So we'll start this week off with some more success stories. Yes, these are numbers, but remember, the numbers allow you to have that freedom, to have that time. First off, congratulations to Daniel, second sale. A nice one, about 1.5 thousand for one order. That's awesome. Next, we have Corey, said this is a big moment. Thanks, DSL. Thank you, Corey, for sharing your results. Almost $4,000 for one order. Not bad at all. And then we have Michael, who said, love the dropship. Yep, I do too. He's got 3 orders in one day for almost $2,000, which is a huge milestone. But also, you still have, as we can see here, the $100 free AdWords credit. So make sure you use that, get a $100 credit, get a bunch more of those orders in, and keep it rolling. Now, guys, I wanted to address this post because I'm sure a bunch of people in our private community saw it. And this is from Long, and he said, Anton never quite gave any numbers in how much money you could make dropshipping video. I never actually figured this out, and for the sake of curiosity, what does the top dropshippers make? I think it could be easily 200K plus a year. The reason I don't give that is, I mean, first of all, it's illegal. Like, you can't make any income claims when you're, teaching people anything. Like, you can't say, if you do this, you're going to make X amount of dollars, or like you can expect to make this. So we'll just get that out of the way. But then, I mean, the best answer that I saw on this post was from Preston. And as you see on the screen, he said, there's almost no limit. Just like any business, the size of the team you are willing to manage will determine the limit. And that's 100% true. So if you look at companies like Wayfair, who is well over $1 billion company now, and they're publicly traded. I know I reference them a lot, but it's because the majority of their business is on the dropship model. Again, well over $1 billion in sales. Hayneedle.com, again, the majority of their business is on the dropship model. Last time they reported their numbers, it was well over 500 million in sales. So there's really no limit. Those companies have hundreds of employees. They've like literally dedicated not just their lives, but huge teams' lives to building that. So is it possible? Yeah, of course it's possible. They're doing it. Just look to those examples. As far as like what people in dropship lifestyle make, or what people who want to build lifestyle businesses make, again, it depends how much you want to actually, like how big you want to build it. A good way, I guess, to get a number of like what a small team, so maybe like a couple people running one of these stores together could make, would be to go to all of the website brokers and, track them for over a year. Obviously, this is in addition to running your store, but track what all of the big website brokers are selling dropshipping stores for. And they basically say how much they make. That's a number that's publicly available when people are trying to sell their businesses. So that might help you there. But again, there really is no limit. But, as far as like what a small team does or do, I guess I would definitely follow those website brokerages, and I will link to some of them below this video as well, because I think that'll help out. Next, we had a question from Long, and he said, these Fiverr guys won't do product listings. So basically, he's looking for people on Fiverr to upload products to a Shopify store, and he said they won't even explain what the problem is. The worst of the bunch say they could do it, then cancel on you. Has anyone ever found a good product lister on Fiverr? Listen, I'm gonna recommend, before I even say, I mean, the answer is no, but I'm gonna recommend you stay away from Fiverr for a service like this. There was a bunch of different discussions in the Facebook group this week about using CSVs and why it's worth actually learning them. But I do agree with that. You don't have to upload everything manually. I think you should really learn Excel at a deeper level, learn how to basically create CSVs, manage CSVs, upload CSVs, because it's going to make your life a lot easier. And I really wouldn't recommend outsourcing this right away anyway. You definitely want to make sure it's right. Even when you do it yourself, you can make some mistakes, like this post from Sebastian. As you can see, he has a product on his store that was normally 11 million. Now it's on sale for 9,900,000. And the reason this happened is because he actually made an error, like he said here, when he was uploading a CSV. So, these things happen, like mistakes happen when you're first uploading products, especially if you have thousands of them. It's a lot to keep track of. And I'm telling you, this is something that you want to be responsible for, especially early on. And you don't, if you do outsource it, which eventually is fine, you want to outsource it to someone that you could trust to actually get this right for you. Because again, like, this is your business, this is your profitability. So in some situations, things like this might happen where someone accidentally, misses a few decimal points and uploads a product for way more than it should be that you're never going to sell. And worse than this, though, because in this case, you're just never going to sell it, the other side of it is if they mess up and maybe upload products at a lower price than they actually should be, and you start getting a lot of sales, but it's because your products are maybe breaking MAP policies. You could lose suppliers, you could sell items at a loss. So at first, I definitely recommend learning CSVs, getting into it. I know, trust me, I know it sucks. I've done this for years, but it's important. So I don't recommend outsourcing it until you can afford to outsource to have it done the right way, not by someone on Fiverr. Let's see. Next here, we have a post from Angela, and it said, given the recent threads about Norden, here's an email I received today from a customer. So there was a bunch of posts this week about security seals and like Norden security badge in the Facebook group. But this is an email that a customer of Angela's sent in, and it said, "Hello, I'm looking forward to receiving whatever product it is that I've ordered. It looks like a solid unit. Thanks for purchasing the Norden shipping guarantee. It makes me feel better about my choice." Now, Angela said they've only had the Norden seal up for about a week, and someone already bought and said that that's basically what sold them on it. That's what sealed the deal. Now, I'm not going to tell you like, oh, you need to use Norden because it's the best trust seal in the world. There's actually been a bunch of studies done on this that it really seems like almost any trust seal will increase sales. Just adds that extra peace of mind. I don't think it has to be Norden. Of course, they do have a great one. We do have a deal for Dropship Lifestyle students as well. You could find it in our members area where you'll get lifetime savings if you want to use them. But there's a bunch of them. There's Norden, there's TrustGuard, there's VeriSign, there's a ton of these companies. And at the end of the day, anything extra you could do to provide third party, I guess, like social proof that you're not going to basically screw people out of their money, it helps, it goes a long way, and it leads to extra conversions. The other comment I'll make on these trust seals, if anyone's watching this right now thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go get one of these installed right now, just know that they're great for increasing conversions, but they're not gonna make your store go from, flat with literally no sales to making all this money. So they're a great thing to use to increase conversions, but they do cost money. They all come with a monthly fee. So don't invest into that until your store is profitable, then use that to spike your sales and to get your conversion rates up. But thank you for sharing that, Angela. I think it was really helpful to a lot of people. I also wanted to draw attention to this post this week because I'm sure people saw it in the Facebook group and got freaked out about it. But this is from Joe, and Joe said, "I heard that Shopify is now cranking down if you dropship via AliExpress. They hold back 25%. Very interesting. So first of all, guys, I made a video last week, and I'll link to that in Dropship Weekly, where I talk about my thoughts on dropshipping from China, basically the risk associated with it, the fact that customers aren't usually happy with it, and the fact that, I don't think it's a good business model. So again, I will link to that one below this video. But what I wanted to mention now is that what Joe is talking about, she did make it clear that it's from AliExpress sellers. So don't worry if anyone saw this like, oh no, Shopify is going to hold my money because I dropship. Shopify payments, it's based on risk, right? Just like any merchant account, if they think you're taking orders and there's a high likelihood of your customers filing chargebacks against you or requesting refunds, they don't want to give you all that money right away, because if you spend it all, if you transfer it out of your bank account all, and you go out of business, then they're left with the risk. So they do this when they feel like they are potentially, at a risk or a risk of loss. Again, it is clear that this is with AliExpress sellers, and then VC actually took it a step further, and she called Shopify to ask like, hey, what's the deal? And as you could see here, they said, well, actually you can't see it. It was a few comments up, but Shopify basically told her that they're targeting people that use an app called Burlo, and I don't use that. It's something like for dropshipping from China, from AliExpress. I don't use that app, but Shopify Payments is targeting people who use this like middleman dropshipping from China app, and they're holding their payments. And again, they're doing that because of the risk associated. This doesn't mean that your stores, if you're doing dropshipping the way we do it here, you're not affected. Don't worry. They're not going to hold any of your money unless, of course, for some reason you prove to be a big risk. But this is really with this model, with the dropshipping from China. The other thing I'll say about this is, there's some other times that people have like, let's say, signed up for Dropship Lifestyle and they've been reading through Google's terms of service. And in Google's terms of service, it says on Google product listing ads, they don't accept drop shipping stores, right? So people freak out like, oh no, I can't advertise my store on Google anymore. Look at this policy. And that policy has been there, I don't know how many years. The first time someone brought it to my attention was probably 5 years ago. And no one, not me, not any of the students of Dropship Lifestyle, not anyone I know that runs dropshipping stores has ever had an issue. That's another kind of, I guess, like risk that Google sees, but when they're talking about dropshipping, they're referring to this same type of thing, like middleman arbitrage type stores, not legitimate retail stores that fulfill orders on a dropship model like we do. So this is one big thing, guys, I did want to point out, and it's one of the reasons why, whenever we talk to suppliers, we do not refer to ourselves as dropshippers. The only reason this course, my whole training program is even called Dropship Lifestyle, is so people could find it that are looking for information on dropshipping. But as soon as you get involved with this, as soon as you start, getting approved with suppliers and reaching out to them and talking to customers, no one uses the term dropship. It has a very negative kind of like association with it, and that's because of all the dropshipping from China stuff. That's because of all the eBay to Amazon and vice versa middleman stuff. What we really are is internet retailers. We do fulfill orders on the dropship model, but that's it. From now on, refer to yourself as an internet retailer, and if you're not dropshipping from China, you have nothing to worry about with Shopify payments or any other merchant account holding your money. Same goes with Google. Now, next thing that I wanted to answer this week, or I guess call attention to, is from Corey. And Corey said, I need some advice from the rest of the dropship group. Being a one-man show to grow my online business, starting to get busy, which is awesome. Congratulations. But Corey also said they're starting to fall behind on organizing taxes. So does anyone have any accounting apps out there to recommend? So if you're in a state that requires you to charge sales tax, you can use TaxJar. It integrates with Shopify. It makes it super easy. They collect it, they file it, they do everything on your behalf. That's TaxJar. You can go to taxjar.com or find it in the Shopify App Store, and I'll link to that below this video. The other one for more general kind of bookkeeping that I love is called Xero. It's Xero. If you're doing volume, it makes sense to use it. If you're not, maybe just use an Excel sheet. Honestly, it's probably more than enough. But once you start doing more and more volume, TaxJar for state tax, Xero for general bookkeeping. You could basically send that to your accountant at the end of the year, and they'll have everything they need to process everything for you. Makes it really, really easy. And again, they're both linked below this. Next, I wanted to call attention to a blog post that we put out this past Tuesday, and it's about business-to-business dropshipping, how to process orders when businesses contact you. I am going to link to that below this video. I think it's a great article, and I want to make sure everyone reads that, so the link's below here. Next thing, guys, I wanted to call attention to, if you're in Australia, specifically if you're near Sydney, they're doing a meetup there with the dropship group on April 8th. It's at 1 p.m., $35. They rented out a nice place. You're getting coffee, you're getting food, you're getting lunch. Really good deal. John Warren, really awesome guy. He's Dropship Lifestyle coach, runs very successful stores in Australia, runs a bunch of other businesses in Australia as well. He's going to be there. He's going to give a talk. I would 100% go if I was in Sydney or anywhere close to that. So if you want to attend this, look in the Facebook group and you can just search for Sydney and you'll find this. Get yourself registered and definitely go there. I'm sure it's going to be an awesome event, and I really do wish I was in Australia for that one. Last thing, guys, we're giving away 2 VIP tickets for the Internet Marketer Expo. That's the event we're doing here in Austin, Texas. These tickets are totally free. It's a contest where you can win them. Click the link below this video. It'll take you to the page where you can enter the competition. I think at the time of recording this, there's maybe 7 days left in the contest. So get registered now. Again, you can win 2 free VIP tickets to the Internet Marketer Expo here in Austin, Texas. So with that being said, guys, hope you got a lot of value from this video. Hope you kind of determined what it is you want. Try to think about your why. Once again, why are you doing all this? Why do you want to build a business? And again, the money will follow, which will allow you to have the freedom to really be happy if you can find whatever it is that fulfills you. You could do whatever you want if you earn it. That's the message, guys. Hope you, run with it, make of it what you will, and definitely love to hear your feedback on this one. So as always, please leave a comment below this video. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you next week for Dropship Weekly. Thank you.